God does not build the house, in vain does the laborers labor. So we see in the life of Samuel, because of his closeness to God, he was very successful in all he did and said. What he said was accomplished because God was with him. God made his words powerful and effective, and all that the prophet did and said came to fulfillment. When I look at all of us gathered here today, it's because of that closeness with God. That's what we are seeking. And we know that that is the secret to the success which we are looking for. Why? Because God never loses battles. Ends with him will emerge successful in all the battles of our lives, in all the battles we are fighting, because we are not using our power, but God's power, God's help. We read in the letter of St. Paul to the Romans, chapter 8, verses 31 to 32. If God is with us, who can be against us? Certainly not God, who did not even keep back his own son, but offered him for us all. He gave us his son. Will he not also freely give us all things? Ikiwa Mungu yuko upande wetu, nani awezaye kutupinga? Mungu hakumhurumia hata mwanawe wa pekee, bali alimtoa kwa ajili yetu sisi sote. Ikiwa amefanya hivyo, je, hata kujalia pia mema yote? Ni nani atakaye wastaki wateule wa Mungu? So, my dear brothers and sisters, this assurance of God's presence and blessings upon us is assurance that all our dreams, expectations will be fulfilled in accordance with his will. For nothing is impossible with God. That is why it is wonderful for us to be here, all of us. This is an interdenominational prayer. All our leaders are here. It is wonderful that we are here to pray together for ourselves and for our nation, to pray for our president who is here and all our leaders and our country. And as we have heard in that reading, prayer is about listening to what God is telling us. Not words, but to listen. What is he really telling us? So, what is God telling you and me today? As we gather here in Iten, the headquarters of Nkeo Marakwet, we cannot fail to think of our brothers and sisters in Kerio Valley, who are really being killed and terrorized by bandits. I think God is telling us to do something about them. Actually, as I'm talking to you now, about 2 weeks ago or even less, three men who are peacemakers, they were going, they negotiated to receive animals which were stolen. When they went there, they were killed in daylight. So, who killed them? For me, I would say they are the enemies of peace, enemies of development, who have turned Kerio Valley into a valley of death. My dear brothers and sisters, God tells us, blessed are the peacemakers, blessed are those who work for peace. God will call them his children. Heri wenye kuleta amani, maana wataitwa watoto wa Mungu. Our dear president, our dear leaders who are here, all of us, all the people of goodwill, we have no option but to work to restore lasting peace in Kerio Valley and in other parts of our country disturbed because of lack of peace, and also in other parts of the world, because we are peacemakers. And we need that peace in our